Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Last leg day of this lifting cycle in the books. So good. Insight though, that was probably a really bad idea because now I gotta go grocery shopping and waddle through Giant Eagle. Do another deload week. You guys are thinking, thousands, didn't you just do deload week? Yeah, I did. So what? You want to fight about it? Enjoy the rest of the video. Best of it. Today, Porky. We're gonna talk about my physique and just sort of how prep has gone up to this point. You can clearly tell there's a difference. Abs are definitely more visible. I'm not flexing in the second one. That's 183.9. Let's just call it 184. And hit a low weigh-in right before this picture was taken, 172.5. But 1.3 pounds per week, not bad. I think that's pretty good metric for anyone that's sort of going through a fat loss phase. A good job. So I'm going to pat myself on the back. You guys can tell me I'm being a complete and total rube and I'm just lying to myself. That's perfectly fine. I lie to myself every single day. My strength is a different story. So strength is what I'm using as a metric to see, am I maintaining muscle? Is it the end-all be-all perfect system? No, it absolutely isn't. But as long as my strength isn't going down, obviously I'm not hitting PRs right now, but as long as it's not going down, then theoretically I'm keeping enough muscle on my body for recruitment when I'm hitting the big compound movement. So overhead press, deadlift, bench, squat. I throw overhead press in there, military press. It's not like a powerlifting movement. It's really the big three: bench, squat, deadlift. For purposes of 1,000-pound club, bench, squat, deadlift. But overhead press, it's a badass movement when you're pressing 135 plus pounds just straight up over your head. So let's just start with chest. I'm looking at my notes. Let's just start with chest. So put it up right here. I just use a random app for weight tracking. It calculates 1 rep maxes based on weight lifted, number of reps. It's not a perfect calculation. None of this is an ideal science. It's consistent. So as long as you are, whether it's using the same scale every time you weigh yourself, using the same program to calculate 1 rep maxes, using the same food tracker, it will be consistent over time. You won't have to worry about, oh, well, is that actually the correct weight, how much I weigh? Who cares? As long as you see it going down or going up based on your goals, that's all that matters. Same thing with the 1 rep max calculator. As long as it's showing based on whatever algorithm it uses that my weight is going up or at least staying the same, then I'm happy. Chest always has been a difficult lift for me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my long monkey arms. I don't know. It has always been very hard for me to progress in strength-wise. And I guess from a hypertrophy standpoint too, it's taken a hit. So if we look over here for my bench, I get it up on my screen, I'll put it up right here for you guys to see. If you're looking at this, so right before prep, 262. I hit 210 pounds for 8 sets based on my programming. And then, so the way it works is beginning of the cycle, you hit an 8+ set with whatever weight it calls for. At the end of that mesocycle, you do a 2+ with obviously more weight, see how things match up. You're going to be stronger in the 2+ just because you don't have the cardiovascular fatigue. So I like that balance. But if you're looking at this, 262 was my estimated 1 rep max, 210 for 8, and then I hit 270 actually at the end of that cycle, 2 weeks into prep, 270 pounds. I got 255 for 2. Fast forward, the next week I got 262 again, whenever I started the next mesocycle, July 1st. And then it went down from my last 2+ set down to 260, so a 10-pound drop. Is that ideal? No, I don't really like that, but a lot of things go into this. My sleep, what did I eat the night before, my hydration, a lot of these things can change. So I'm not going to get too hung up on it. I know chest is the weakest body part of mine. I'm just not getting discouraged. That's the name of the game. I think I've progressed in other areas with my chest. So all my other workouts, I'm still tracking those weights. I think my incline dumbbell press has actually gone up over prep. So can't bench as much, but other numbers are at least staying the same. It takes a lot of muscle recruitment to hit these major compound lifts. So I'm going to be a little bit easy on myself here. See, I'm learning to be nicer to myself. I'm going to say something mean and hurtful about my own physique here in like 2 seconds, but it's okay. So then we go to my deadlifts. Looking back, we have May 26th. I got 285 for 12, so that was on my 8+ set. That's an estimated 1 rep max of 392. End of that cycle, I did 350 for 5, so my 2+ set, estimated 1 rep max of 404. And then 367, so big drop on the next 8+ set, but again, that's July 6th. That's about 4 to 6 weeks into prep, so again, multiple different factors that could go into it. Looking at most recently, I have 398, so only a 6-pound drop really. I got 345 for 5 rather than 350 for 5. That's a 5-pound difference. I'm not really upset about that. That's effectively the same number as far as I'm concerned. I'm happy about that. Deadlifts have been probably the best progression compound movement that I've had. I am 100% okay with that. I will take that every single day. And then we have my overhead press, like I talked about earlier. This one's a weird one because May 27th, basically right before prep starts, I hit 148. I hit 110 pounds for 11 reps. That's not bad. That's pretty high cardiovascular fatigue. That's a lot of weight for overhead press. And then at the end of that mesocycle, I hit 135 for 3. Again, very happy with that. That was June 20th, so not super deep into prep. But then again, flash forward to just last week, I got 135 for 2. So it's 1 rep difference. That 1 rep literally could be just an extra half an hour of sleep, or another quart of water the day before, or maybe I didn't have enough carbs later in the day and the first time I did. All of these variables could impact it. If I'm seeing a 20 to 30 pound drop, or my reps are getting cut in half, which I anticipate will probably happen at the end of the next mesocycle when we'll do this again, then I'm concerned. I'm hoping not for as significant of a drop, but it's very possible because the leaner you get, just the more or the less weight you have to push. So overhead press, I'm okay with. Squats. I've talked before, I have hamstring issues. I have a lot of issues, but hamstrings when it comes to squatting. And it's been mentally tough for me to back off the weight from what I used to do to focus on really recovering my hamstrings and making sure I'm not just debilitated 2, 3, 4 days after hitting a good leg session. Because I love training legs. I absolutely love it. It's just you versus you in every aspect. The metaphor of, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders, squat up. Squat up. Push up. That one broke me. May 25th. So again, right before prep. These numbers aren't ideal. Ideally, I would like to have done this the first day of prep, but within a week, not bad. 282. So 205 pounds for 12 reps. This is right when I started, because coinciding with prep, I was like, let me back off the weight. I think I dropped my 1 rep max for my workouts as far as what it uses to calculate significantly, probably too aggressively, because then I got into this and I was like, this is too light. I'm not pushing myself hard enough. So I tinkered again. The last 2+ set I did in June, 285 for 3. Not bad. 1 rep max is around 3 plates, 312 pounds. That's not bad. Yeah, I'll take it. Considering that I didn't have debilitating pain after this, I was comfortable, the movements felt smooth, I was hitting depth on these things. I'll take it. So then we look at my next 8+ set. I got 235 for 11. See what I mean? Where I dropped the 205 for 12, and then I got 235 for 11. Something doesn't add up. And then this past week, I got 285 for 4. So I actually added a rep. And I don't have video of it. You guys can call me a liar. But I hit depth. Everything felt smooth. I know that last rep was an RPE 10, possibly an 11. Did my form break down a little bit? Probably. But I saw Jesus. He said, it's not your time yet. It's just a squat. Get back up. And I got out of the hole. This is an anomaly to add strength. I mean, I added 8 pounds onto my squat during prep. I don't really have an explanation for it. I'm just going to take it. I'm not going to overanalyze it. Do I think I'm going to hit another PR on my next leg session when I'm doing a 2+? Probably not. Because based on my programming, I'll be working with probably almost 300 pounds at that point. We're pushing very close. I will have a spotter for sure. I will probably also have to get a new belt because now mine is too loose. Those are the numbers. Overall, I'm happy with it. I am not as surprised with the drop in the weight. I am pleasantly surprised that the squats went up. And I'm happy to see that, for the most part, deadlifts and overhead press stayed the same. The one thing that is strange with the overhead press and bench interplay, obviously you get a lot of front delt recruitment on your bench press. You get a lot of front delt recruitment on your overhead press. That's the primary muscle working in that exercise. I'm surprised that my overhead press did not drop off as significantly as my chest. It's a smaller muscle group that I can make no sense of. If anybody out there has an explanation, by all means, let me know. But I'm not going to lose sleep over it. At the end of the day, this is just for my own personal edification. And if you guys enjoy it, great. If you think, what are you talking about? I frankly don't give 2 rips. That's fine too. What are we going to do over the next 9 weeks? So let's wrap this up. I did drop my calories the last week. I'm down to 1,800 a day. Macro breakdown, still aiming for about 160 protein, about 180 carb, and about 50 fat. That probably doesn't shake out to 1,800, but give or take. I have one more deload week, about 2 weeks out from my show, if the programming stays on course. Like I don't have any missed days or anything. My cardio will increase probably next week. I'm probably going to up treadmill and Stairmaster on cardio days to 30 minutes, and on resting days 45 minutes. I might get real crazy and just start doing treadmill across the board, or Stairmaster across the board. That drop in calories is kicking in. But I don't know. We'll see. I want to see how the next week or two goes. Again, I don't want to be too aggressive. What I've been doing over the last 9 weeks has been good. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You guys are going to come along for the journey this whole time. You're not stopping. I will be in Atlantic City this weekend, so stay tuned. In a couple of videos, we're going to talk about vacation and staying on track, still letting your hair down a little bit, but not going completely off the rails. So if that sounds like something you would be interested, stay tuned. Hit the bell button so that you get your notifications that this mug put up a new video for you. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Get comfortable being uncomfortable.